Something being underscored in the aftermath of Hurricane Irma. The story doesn't end when the storm moves out. In some areas, like poor Caribbean communities, it's going to be a long road to recovery. But there is help going out from Canada. I want to show you some images posted today by the Canadian Armed Forces. This showing a Hercules aircraft. It's filled with humanitarian supplies headed to the British Virgin Islands. Help also going out by sea, this carrying engineering equipment, food, and clothing. And we've got another one for you. This one, a video. It's showing an aircraft being filled with more humanitarian supplies, this one being filled in France, headed out to the Caribbean, where there are still Canadians trying to get out. Now, we reached out to Canada's Global Affairs today to get an update. They told us that so far they've coordinated the return of 1,652 Canadians. We asked them how many more Canadians are on the ground who want to get out. They told us they're not giving an answer to that question just yet. But what about those people who are leaving? What are their stories like? Well, some evacuees, they're painting a devastating picture of what they're leaving behind. And keep in mind, they're fleeing some areas where there are still Canadians trying to get out.
Very, very horrifying experience. We have found people that lost everything.
These are just a few of those fleeing St. Martin and the U.S. Virgin Islands.
It was horrible. It was scary. So many losses in St. Martin.
But the fact is that that's the end of St. Martin.
British troops arriving in UK regions of the Caribbean, where a top priority is restoring order after more than 100 prison inmates escaped following the Category 5 storm. Foreign Office Minister Sir Alan Duggan telling British Parliament yesterday there's now a, quote, serious threat of the complete breakdown of law and order. British Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson is touring UK territories amid criticism his government hasn't done enough to help Irma victims.
Of the people who've been hit by this extraordinary hurricane, the biggest in 150 years.
Cuba, too, is reeling from the most powerful storm to hit the country in more than 80 years. This Chinese student in Havana saying there's no tap water and the food in his fridge is going bad. Before Irma, Cuba's economy was already struggling with a drop in aid this year from Venezuela and lower exports. Now forced to rebuild, lost revenues from tourism and agriculture set to deliver another blow. Moving north now, just as Irma did to Florida. Tragedy at a nursing home where at least 8 residents have died. The deaths may be linked to the loss of air conditioning after the hurricane struck Sunday, knocking out power.
We've evacuated 115 patients to other memorial facilities. At this time, we have other patients in critical care. Right now, the building has been sealed off and we're conducting a criminal investigation inside. We believe at this time that may be related to the loss of power and the storm, but we're conducting a criminal investigation, not ruling anything out at this time.
Many are still without power in Florida, and there's concern that other nursing homes and other care facilities that they could be in trouble. Nan Rich, she is a commissioner in a county in Florida. She says she's being inundated with calls from assisted care facilities saying that they're running out of fuel for generators.